Indi Semiconductor just reported their earnings. They beat the revenue targets as well as the earnings per share estimates. Therefore, the stock is up by 55%. So, is this a sustainable rally or not? That's what I'm going to cover in this video. Previously, I made a video about Indi Semiconductor when it was trading at $6.3, and I'm not going to cover most of the details that I've covered in that video. I will leave the link in the pinned comment. Indi Semiconductor Q3 2024 results are shown on the screen. They grew their revenue by 3.1% sequentially. But year over year, it was negative 10%. Since it was negative, they did not report the year over year. They reported sequential, that's the previous quarter, right? And for the next quarter, Q4 of 2024, they're saying they can grow 7% sequentially. Again, they use the word sequentially, but year over year, it's still negative growth. They also mentioned that the strategic backlog is $7.1 billion and it's up from $6.3 billion last year. So that's definitely good news. Indi Conductor's Q3 2024 income statement is shown on the screen. The revenue was $53.4 billion and the gross margin is again under 40%. The loss from operations is negative $50 million. So that's huge loss, right? And look at the dilution at the bottom of the screen. 22% year over year dilution. That's heavy dilution. Let's see if the balance sheet has improved. It did not. They used to have close to $151 million of cash last year, and now it's at $96 million. Since they're in heavy losses, they're also diluting the shareholders and also using up the cash. Let's go over the valuation for this company. Previously, I've shown this valuation wherein I've estimated $14 stock price by 2027 when it was trading at $6. And in that video, I said I'll probably look into this stock if it falls below $4. It did fall below $4 and I'm glad I did not buy it. Let's look at the updated valuation for December of 2028. In 2024, it looks like they're going to make close to $200 million of revenue. Even though this year they're growing very, very slow, almost negative growth, right? I'm still assuming 30% growth for the next 4 years. I'm giving some credit to the market reaccelerating again in the coming years because they also have backlog. 30% year over year growth rate is what I'm estimating here, even though they did not grow at all this year. So with that, they will make close to $630 million of revenue in 2028. Their gross margin is 40% and net margin is like negative 80%. But I'm estimating that they will get their act together and get to profitability and achieve 15% net margins, with which they will have close to $9 million of net income in 2028. Sorry, $90 million of net income in 2028. I'm estimating a multiple of 27.5, with which this company would be worth about $2.6 billion. Currently, they have 179 million outstanding shares. They're diluting the shareholders left, right, and center. 22% dilution last year, right? I'm estimating 7.5% dilution. I'm being generous here. So with that, the stock price in 2028 would be about $11. Currently, they're at $5, right? So that's about 100% gain in 4 years. And that's an attractive gain, but a lot of these assumptions need to be valid, right? So that's the catch here. And again, you have to judge whether this is possible or not. And I don't think this is possible at all. So I'm glad I'm staying away from Indi Semiconductors. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.